do you want to get into PDS? Because I think this is a good transition.
This is actually an excellent transition into Poilievre Derangement Syndrome.
So this weekend, we have a running joke where we're pretty much the pure Poilievre communications team.
Yeah, we basically just run defense for the guy, and and as I've said on the pod, I do not intend to vote Conservative in the next federal election. Let me make that perfectly clear. I'm running defense for Poilievre for free, and I'm not even going to vote for the guy.
Yeah. And that's because we are desperately waiting for them to come with some ammunition, something cancelable against him that actually makes somewhat sense.
Or even a real question.
Yes.
Like, give us something. Because I've said it before. I've said it in articles on the site, and I've said it on the show. I have real questions for Pierre Poilievre that I would like to hear him answer.
Like stuff about, the World Economic, like I know he's dismissed the World Economic Forum conspiracies, but stuff even talking about like his pro-business credentials, like our NDP friend, Sean, he brought up issues to me about how like the Conservatives voted against, what was it? The NDP had this motion about going after the grocery chains for like price fixing, and the Conservatives voted against it. I haven't seen any coverage of that in the news. So if you want to attack him on something, at least something more substantial like that, at least, you know what I mean?
The problem was that was never a serious proposal. It was just NDP showboating. So
I believe I don't
really rake Pierre over the coals for voting against
and
it.
The Liberals voted against it too.
Yeah.
Of course the media, they're going to
they're not going to attack Pierre on that.
Yeah, because then they'd have to attack Justin. So, but that's what I'm saying. At least that would be something.
Yeah.
So this week in PDS. It's a severe case of PDS this week. PDS sounds even worse than TDS.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like PDS sounds like chronic, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Condition.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But anyways, this week in PDS, I've never thought I would hear the word MGTOW addressed in Parliament.
Oh my Lord! I was wondering where you were going with that.
So,
oh my God!
Basically. It's just so comical. I can't even believe it. The internet, I hate it when the internet and real life
intersect.
Yeah, like the two, it just sounds like something that shouldn't meet. You know what I mean? But anyways, the libs in the media, by extension, were attacking Pierre Poilievre because apparently someone on his team who was posting YouTube videos from his YouTube channel, I don't know, was it the Poilievre account or it must have been his account, or was it the Conservative Party account?
I think it was his account.
Yeah. Correct us if we're wrong, but we're pretty sure it was his account on YouTube. They tagged a bunch of videos with hashtag MGTOW, which is an acronym, men going their own way. And basically, the libs and the lib media were talking about how this is a misogynist, anti-woman hate organization, hate group, and they're asking him to, apologize and take accountability for being anti-woman. And he obliged them, and he said that, we condemn this group, and basically the party was like, yeah, we stand behind our dude. And that was kind of it, I guess. And Pierre Poilievre shot back in Parliament by saying, will Justin Trudeau apologize for, firing women who challenged him, like Jody Wilson-Raybould? Will he apologize for wearing blackface so many times that he couldn't even remember how many times? And I brought up to you, I sent you an article about Trudeau talking about how he had no recollection of groping a female reporter back in 2000, even though he did apologize to her, but he had no recollection of it, of why he was apologizing against. So anyways, what should we address first? Let's address MGTOW first, I guess.
Okay, actually, you can fill me in a little bit.
Okay, I'm the MGTOW expert.
Well,
the MGTOW course, no.
No,
but yeah, I get it.
Because the thing about MGTOW, and I've been with the same girl for coming up on almost 9 years.
So you've been out of.
So I've been totally.
You're not really tapped into the manosphere, right?
Not really, no.
But you know about the concept of the red pill, not from the political angle, but the red pill as in. Like the misogynist red pill, I guess.
So my understanding of the kind of the intersection between MGTOW and incel and red pill is that obviously you have a hateful, extreme misogynist
for sure.
fringe.
Yeah.
But that you also have a moderate
Yes, I would call
that's just acknowledging that like society and marriage and the traditional family and so on don't really work in the best interests of like young single men in our society.
Yes.
And the incentive structure that would have incentivized their parents to get married, have careers, have children doesn't exist anymore because of, I'd say, economic and cultural degradation of our society.
Yeah.
And I don't think that that's scary or misogynistic or deserves to be censored.
Literally, it's like the male version of female dating strategy, which was like the subreddit that got banned off of Reddit.
Oh, it got banned?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist anymore.
I did not know that.
Where it's like pretty much a group of men who are just like, yeah, you know, fuck these women, we don't need them, we're just going to focus on self-improvement, lifting weights, etc., making money. Kind of thing.
Wasn't female dating strategy? I thought that was for women to do that.
No, I was gonna say it's like MGTOW is like the male version of that, but I think it's even less extreme from my very basic surface level understanding of it. Whereas, you know, there are groups of pretty much the media. So I guess for some reason when it's like women groups, whether it's the femcells or female straight dating strategies who say horrific, horrible thing about men, that gets ignored. But MGTOW just saying like, yeah, you know what, I'm fine just not dealing with any women in general. I want to be by myself. Yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, lift weights. And
they're opting out.
Yeah, basically they're opting out of dating. Yes,
and then they're called misogynists because they're opting out of dating.
Yeah.
But then when we read articles about dating, it's all about how the men who are dating are misogynistic.
Yes.
So.
Or the men who want to date but can't, like the incels, are misogynistic.
Okay, true.
Because they'll go and like shoot up a bunch of people. Because, you know, it's just,
like,
it's
again,
so weird.
It's so broad. Like, the word incel means different things to different people.
Yeah.
I just took it literally because, again, I'm not really in these circles. I don't pay that much attention to them until they're brought into the political light of day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I start paying attention. So I always... I'm sorry, I lost the thread. What the hell were we just saying?
The words that mean something different.
Oh, incel, right. Like, I always took in the term incel literally.
Yeah.
As just meaning involuntarily celibate.
It was started by a woman who she just couldn't get laid.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Basically, my point is that this whole controversy shows that the media and the public at large just misunderstands internet culture and internet terminology. Like, purposely and maliciously, they just don't understand the nuances of this kind of language. Because the internet is very ironic. You know, you use these terms, and a lot of people will use these terms, but not in a literal kind of sense. Like, the whole idea of a meme is irony. And the whole MGTOW thing, red pill, incel, has become sort of memed, where it's almost exists in a post-ironic kind of sense. But in a media headline, they want to elicit a reaction from you, from, you know, boomer grandmas. So they don't have any desire to convey that. And politicians like Trudeau and the Liberals will use that because they know most people are dumb and they don't waste their time on these forums and stuff trying to understand it. You know what I mean? This isn't to like condone the MGTOW movement or any movement. It just shows that I'm just saying that the media doesn't really understand the nuances of these things.
Yeah.
And like the idea that like Pierre Poilievre himself is hashtagging these videos too.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
that's
like
just silly,
some
guys.
staffer who thought, you know what, our demographic is young men and this is a popular thing.
Let's see which hashtags are trending with men 18 to 35.
Yeah, who knows if the staffer even knew who, like, what it stood for.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. They could have literally just been looking at a list of hashtags. And like, oh, men going their own way. That sounds harmless. Let's throw that in here. Like,
and they did the same thing with Jordan Peterson when Poilievre went on the Peterson podcast. Not to compare Peterson to MGTOW, because that's a whole nother... He's not even close to being MGTOW. You know what I mean? He's been happily married for... And he encourages men,
but
in
he's the
particular, to
king
get
of
married.
the incels, Peter. Haven't you heard?
Literally, he encourages men to get married. His answer to everything is get married and have children.
Yeah, have a family. Yeah.
Literally, like the least misogynistic person you could find. So they just conflate everything, and they profit off of our stupidity, and it works a lot of the time. But for this, I don't think it will work. So, like, let's talk about the political implications. How do you think he played it? If you're in his position, because I've been wrestling with this, do you A, apologize, or B, don't apologize? And
I
C
would
doesn't
not
even
apologize.
matter. If you wouldn't?
100%.
Yeah.
Now, I have not seen the footage of Poilievre addressing this.
He basically said, we condemn this, and moving on to Trudeau, you're racist and
Okay,
sexist.
and fair and well played.
He basically condemned it and then immediately shifted to Trudeau.
I wouldn't have even conceded anything at that point. And you know, again, would I have hashtagged these videos with MGTOW myself? No.
Yeah.
But in his position, like, I don't think he has anything to apologize for.
Yeah.
Frankly, I don't even think the staffer involved really has anything to apologize for.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a nothing burger that they're trying to turn into a divisive, polarizing scandal around one poorly understood term that is being used to describe this whole alleged community of people with these alleged hateful beliefs.
It's like the Proud Boys thing in the 2020 debate with Trump and Biden, where it literally is the Proud Boys thing, where they try to get you on record condemning something. And like, so basically you could either take the Trump route or the Poilievre route, where Trump's like, Proud Boys, stand back.
Yeah, that's the thing. If I'm Poilievre, literally I'm standing up in the house and I'm saying, MGTOWs,
stand back,
and stand by.
But then CNN or CTV will play that over and over again.
They were going to do that anyway.
Well, yeah, I guess. But this is why I'm conflicted, okay? Because it's
I get it. You're right. It is actually worth discussing.
The people that Poilievre is reaching don't give a fuck about MGTOW, right? This isn't going to be what flips them over the edge. If you actually care about some shady, misogynist internet group hashtag,
then you've already been like terrified of voting conservative your whole life.
So you're not gonna.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So maybe give that gives a point to your point, but also on my perspective, I think condemning it just kind of gets it out of the way. So you could move on.
Yeah, okay.
The news cycle will die.
The news cycle.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because if he didn't, then they just be playing it over and over again, saying Pierre Poilievre refuses to condemn misogyny.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right. You're right. That's a good.
Because with the Trump thing, it's about doing what's right or what's politically expedient.
Yeah, and sometimes you
what
do
Trump
have
did,
to do the politically expedient thing to do the right thing, as much as I hate to say it.
What Trump did was right, maybe, I guess. But it wasn't politically expedient.
No, it definitely was not politically
What Poilievre did was politically expedient. Maybe it wasn't right.
Yeah, no, that's true.
You know?
About the whole MGTOW attack in general, though, I see it as Bitcoin too.
Yeah, 100%.
It's another case
of
them being,
burger.
the Poilievre's associated with this fringe online movement.
At the end of the day, it really has no bearing on anything going forward.
You're right.
Like, we're probably spending more time discussing it than most people will even care, you know?
Yeah, you're probably right.
Because his response, I liked it where it was even better than an apology, because he spends like literally 2 seconds apologizing, quote unquote, and then he goes into, Trudeau, you wore blackface. What's good? You know what I mean? You're racist. Fair. Like, I like that. Like, I've never seen the Conservative Party so good at punching back, like counter-striking. Like,
well, that's his
specialty.
You
know what I mean? They literally he's the attack dog.
Yeah.
Because for years, people were like, oh, he can't be the leader. He's the attack dog. He's going to turn off.
They saw it as a bad thing.
Yeah, suburban grandmas. But no, that's literally his appeal. Because people who are conservative, even people who are in the middle, are tired of being the punching bag for the libs and the lib media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want a fighter, someone who's going to fight. It's the same with Town Mall Care. Angry Tom, before the election,
oh my God, dude,
turned into awkward teddy bear Tom.
Grandpa Tom.
Yeah, it just didn't work.
Yeah, no, it was
People
terrible.
want a fighter. They don't want a soy boy, for lack of a better word. You know what I mean?
Especially when they've been silenced and marginalized for years, as they have been at this point. They need someone who's actually going to go to bat for them and who's not going to apologize for the people who are trying to make them lose their jobs, their educations, and so on, the way that people like the notorious MRG
exactly
wind up doing.
Yeah, so if anything, I think it's still a win for Pierre, honestly. You know what I mean?
No, you're right. Based on,
the end of the day,
your description of how he handled it, politically, it seems like a solid victory.
Yeah, the party was behind him. Like,
I'm sure they were like jeering and heckling in.
100% they were. They couldn't even let Trudeau get through his second statement. So, yeah, it was just, and you could just see the glee in Trudeau's face. Like, he got him. Like, no, try better next time, buddy. Please. We want to be able to, this is our challenge to you. I'm going to challenge.
Oh, my Lord.
I'm going to offer I'm going to offer $100, a $100 bounty on anyone who could actually find some legitimate dirt on Pierre Poilievre. That is going to come straight from the Pennant account. $100 if you could find legitimate, real dirt that we could report on. I'm talking to you, the PMO office, you, CTV, CBC, Global News. I will personally pay you $100 if you could find some real dirt on Pierre Poilievre, because we've been waiting.
Yes.
The clock is ticking.
It's been ticking since February.
Yes, and nothing still. So, please.
No, it's all Pat King,
yes.
Freedom Convoy,
yes.
Bitcoin,
yes.
MGTOW.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So, please, we're begging you. You know, we want to be able to criticize this dude for something. You know what I mean? Some sort of character flaw or slip up.
I'm sick of carrying the guy's water. I'm looking for the opportunity to blast Pierre Poilievre, okay?
Yes.
Like, I'm serious.
So, yeah.